Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Robbery, a good deed and a crash, all in one in Portmore. What started out as a transaction over a smartphone evolved into a robbery and a subsequent crash after two men traveling in a grey Toyota Probox motorcar that was being operated as a road taxi grabbed the phone from a woman and would-be vendor and attempted to make their escape. A police sergeant at the crash scene at the intersection of George Lee Boulevard, Waterford Parkview, and Passage Fort Drive in Portmore, St. Catherine, reported that the driver of another motorcar saw what unfolded and gave chase as the two men in the taxi fled the area. "I don't know how it happened, but as you can see, it ended in an accident," the sergeant said as he pointed to the two cars at the crash site. The incident occurred about 1 p.m. on Tuesday. The front of one car, a Toyota Axio, which slammed into one of the traffic signals at the busy intersection, dislodging some of the lights in the process, was severely damaged. The policeman said the driver suffered injuries and was taken to a nearby Waterford clinic. The Probox, the back of which rested on the concrete median that divides Passage Fort Drive, was not as badly damaged. However, what happened next only heightens the drama. According to the police sergeant, the fleeing driver and his passenger were picked up by a white Toyota Mark X motorcar in which they made good their escape. St. Mary man stomped to death after allegedly hitting mom with iron. St. Mary police are searching for a suspect after a man was stomped to death during a domestic dispute in Huntersville in the parish on Monday. The deceased is 34-year-old Fabian Gooden, an auto body technician of Huntersville. According to police reports, about 2 p.m., Gooden had an argument with his mother, which stemmed from a heated disagreement earlier Monday, which was the second of 3 consecutive no-movement days island-wide. During the altercation, Gooden, who was armed with a piece of iron, allegedly used it to hit his mother, causing a wound to her body. It is alleged that the now suspect went to investigate when he was also reportedly hit by Gooden. A fight was then developed between the two, during which Gooden was allegedly stabbed in the back. He later collapsed and died at the scene. The police were summoned and the body was removed to the morgue pending a post-mortem. Police investigations are ongoing. Man found hanging in Mobay Transport Center. An unidentified man was found hanging from a tree in the Montego Bay Transport Center on Monday. The Barnett Street Police Station responded to the call. The only items retrieved from the man's possession was a rug, the electrical extension cord around his neck. Police suspect it is suicide. Family searching for missing Red Hills Road man with mental illness. The family of a man with mental illness is desperate to find him after he went missing last weekend. Andrew Richards, 54, was last seen sometime after 4 p.m. Saturday at the front gate of the Kingston Public Hospital, where he had visited for medical treatment. Richards, who hails from Red Hills Road, area of St. Andrew, is approximately 6 feet 2 inches tall. He was last seen wearing a black jacket over a white V-neck t-shirt, navy blue shorts, black sneakers, and a black hat with the water logo on the front. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Richards is being asked to call the Admiralton Police Station at 876-922-6243 or 876-864-8322 or take him to Kingston Public Hospital. No movement days affected some students, teachers, says opposition. Opposition spokesperson on education and training, Dr. Angela Brownberg, says she is concerned that students and teachers were burdened with additional challenges during the first 2 days of the new academic year, which fell within the no-movement period. The 3-day no-movement order, starting on Sunday, was mandated by the government to help quell the ballooning novel coronavirus infection rate. In a press statement yesterday, she pointed out that some teachers and students were unable to travel to access stable internet connectivity over the period. She argued that the situation has been made worse by the fact that no clear guidance has been given by the Ministry of Education, leaving teachers, parents, and students to figure things out on their own. Dr. Brownberg said she had received numerous complaints from parents who were worried that their children had not been actively engaged in any formal schooling for almost 2 years. At the same time, she urged all parents to make every effort to contact their school principals, arguing that ideally there should be greater coordination and leadership from the ministry, but in its absence, it is even more important for parents to keep abreast of what is happening at their children's school as they enter this new school year. On Monday, President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Winston Simmet, said the activities on day 1 of 2021-2022 academic year indicated that teachers and students still face some major problem with connectivity across the island, but pointed out that there had been improvement in the systems that were implemented to facilitate online classes. Meanwhile, Brownberg applauded teachers for showing initiative by creating some semblance of normality for their students. Many teachers have made vigilant attempts to get to know their students, to deal with the children's anxiety about the pandemic, to identify learning needs, and prepare individualized learning plans, she noted. The opposition spokesperson stressed that teaching and learning will be more effective when teachers, students, and parents work together. Now more than ever, our students need to be engaged in teaching and learning that inspires. I have every confidence that our teachers can achieve this, she stated. Traffic changes again for West Street, Port Antonio. Members of the public are being advised that the Superintendent of Police in charge of Portland Division may implement the following changes to the flow of traffic along West Street and inside the Port Antonio Marina between the hours of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or as the need arises on the following days if there is a traffic congestion in Port Antonio. Wednesday, September 8 to Saturday, September 11, 2021. Wednesday, September 15 to Saturday, September 18, 2021. West Street will be converted into one-lane road for all westbound traffic with the exception of motor trucks. Motor trucks will be permitted to access the marina and will continue their journey along West Street, both east and westbound. If the traffic is flowing smoothly, the officer on duty may allow taxis which terminate their journey to travel eastly along West Street. The designated no parking areas along West Street will remain in force. In Port Antonio Marina, as the need arises, with the exception of motor trucks and some taxis, all eastbound traffic will be diverted through the west gate of the Port Antonio Marina and will exit through the east gate. No vehicle will be allowed to enter the marina through the east gate. Parking inside the marina will be restricted to designated parking lots or to one side of the roadway as determined by the police personnel on the ground. The speed limit inside the marina will be 20 km per hour and must be observed by all motorists accessing the marina. No overtaking is permitted inside the marina. The flow of traffic inside the marina will be one-way and will only accommodate eastbound traffic. The management and staff of the Portland Police Division remains committed to ensuring that public order is maintained and will assess the situation on the ground and make the necessary adjustments if necessary, the release stated. The previous advisory dated September 1, 2021 is hereby cancelled, the release ended. Almost 500 vaccinated at VM Group Bliss. The Victoria Mutual Group, VM, in partnership with the Private Sector Vaccine Initiative, PSVI, and the Ministry of Health and Wellness, staged a COVID-19 Vaccination Bliss on Saturday, which saw close to 500 people being inoculated against the virus. The Bliss held at VM's corporate office in Halfway 3 St. Andrew accommodated not just VM team members and family members, but was open to the members of the public, including church and university groups, which turned out in their numbers and praised the organization for using its position as a trusted partner to facilitate the event. Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines were administered on that day. Courtney Campbell, VM Group President and CEO, said the strong turnout of team members, their family members, and others from the wider community was the happy result of a focused push by the organization to help overcome the current crisis marked by exceptional high transmission and hospitalization rates nationally. We stand with our team members and the wider Jamaican population through all seasons. The COVID-19 pandemic has been the most trying collective testing of our time. The VM Group has been proactive supporting our team and our members through it all, and now that vaccines are available, we have moved with purpose to help get more people vaccinated, he stated. Many people who turned up on Saturday said that they were comfortable getting vaccinated because they are familiar and comfortable with VM. We are happy to be part of this national push and committed to continuing to making necessary investment to help get our country and our people out of the woods, Campbell said. The second of the VM group Vaccination Bliss will be held on Saturday, September 25th, when second doses will be administered to those who received the Pfizer vaccine last Saturday. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.